back with another Devil May Cry video. Today we have Devil May Cry Smoke Spot tier list. This is going to be the first game. We did the third one previously, which chronologically is the first one. Same thing as always, gonna get smacked. Look at some gameplay that I went through and saved, and rank some spots. Obviously we're not doing all the spots. They're empty rooms that just aren't really smoke spot material. So onto the video. Don't have any papers today, so won't be rolling. Gonna be sparking a bowl, and cheers. Faded and ready to rank some spots. So getting into the video, in the starting room, I guess like the first actual room you're in, pretty big ass room with not too much going on. I know you have the statue, which isn't too crazy, but I do like, and this goes for a lot of the maps, and you're probably gonna hear me repeat this, is just the architecture and like just like the designs of like everything, like the pillars, the walls. It just looks sick, you know what I mean? I enjoy the atmosphere, I enjoy the vibe. Going into here, I like that little starting room we had with the window. That was pretty chill. Besides that, I don't know, it's kind of like small hallways. The rooms are pretty small. Yeah, you got books, you got chairs, somewhere to sit down, you got the window, you know what I mean? It can't be too stuffy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cover that up and just hotbox over. Now, onto this hallway. I know I said I didn't really care for the areas being so small and stuff. You got the paintings in the windows. I feel like if I were to smoke a joint in this spot, I would just use it as like smoking and walking, you know what I mean? Like going for a walk and having to smoke. It's kind of a long hallway, and you know, if I was chiefing that shit, I would probably finish it by the time I got to the end. Look at some paintings, have some shit to look at. For the library, not too much to say. Nice if I catch something that looks good to read. Besides that, I'm faded. The last thing I want to do is read. I do like that fountain area. The fountain area is pretty clean. I think maybe because I'm biased towards open areas, but it's an open area. You got the fountain, you know, kind of like listening to the water splash. Pretty pleasant, pretty pleasant. Over here, so this is another part of the library, which is way better than the actual library. Obviously, if I was over here, like, I'm not having socks on, my shoes are off, I feel like I could treat it as like smoking at a creek, which is pretty chill. Bring some swim trunks, kick it back in the water, unless that shit's dirty. Obviously that's a different story, but as of now, pretty chill spot. No, I feel like it would be pretty chill. That a tall can, maybe a homie or two. We're looking pretty good. There. I feel like this is really nice. Right over the water, you can definitely hear the water kind of crashing against the the foundation. I don't know what you would call it, but you got that going on. Right after that, the bridge collapses. Now you're in the water. Instant F. We ain't smoking no soggy blunts. That's just cooked. The whole point of the video is for smoking. Now, how the fuck are you gonna smoke underwater? Like, it's just not happening. I believe this is the first boss fight. For the room, it's pretty trippy. I mean, if I didn't notice the shit breathing at first and I looked back at it, I'd be like, damn, the shit got laced, which is a surprise, but a welcomed one occasionally. For this one, probably a C or a B. I'll keep it a buck. As trippy as it would be to see them breathing, you know, if I wanted a trip, I would just take something else. Not a straight C. It's not a normal room, you know, it's got a little bit of something to it. All the staircases, you got me absolutely fucked up. Barely want to go for a hike or a walk trying to smoke. I'm good off that. Probably an F, maybe a D. I'll be generous and say D, but you got me fucked up. If I'm sparking a blunt in that room, I'm sitting my ass down out one of those stairs, and that's it. I'm calling it a day. For the room, pretty solid. I would definitely open up the doors, let some fresh air in, get some light up in that bitch. It's looking pretty good. I mean, you got a bed to lay down, but honestly, probably a B. It's pretty solid. Now, if I Virgil, I'd probably give it a B. Got the nice view over top, looking over to the ocean. This spot, okay, so I feel like this is a sewer, so like this might be caca water, but it looks pretty clean. And I know that's, you know, that's a bad way to go off of judging just by looks, but I don't know. But for all those spots, it's all pretty similar. I would say, okay, well, if it's caca water, it's going F. I don't think D, because I don't want shit soaked socks. Call me crazy. I'm chilling off that. So for all those spots, if it's caca water, solid F. If it's not, I would say maybe C. Like if that water's somehow clean, like I don't know how. I don't know why there'd be clean water just chilling under there. In the rare chance that it is, I'm gonna go C. Unless it's like really humid, then that's kind of fucked. Over here, I think this is where you fight the big ass spider again. Any open area like this, I'm probably just gonna give a B, maybe a C. Like B being generous, but like honestly, I could see it going C. It's not crazy, there's no entertainment, it's just an open area. It's just like sparking a blunt at a random open spot. It's something new, but not crazy. Same goes for this spot, not really gonna go too much detail in it. This is where you fight the big ass owl. I think it's a little later on though, but owl, my bad, big ass bird. Now this spot is pretty chill. I like this one. I know, like I said, all the open spots are pretty same, but you know, you got the fog going by and it's giving some Silent Hill type of energy, and can't go wrong with that. It's pretty chill. I do enjoy it. I'm sure it's just because it's foggy. The weather is 10 out of 10, probably has to be pretty good. And the sound of the wind while sparking up, kicking back under a tree, sounds pretty good. This is where you fight Angelo the second time. This is a solid B. Now this is one that's like an actual solid B and not being generous. You have the little water pools, which I wouldn't really call them water pools, but like those little areas of water. I don't know what you call them. As long as it's clean water, you know, you can low-key kind of like sit down and get some swim trunks, you know what I mean, kick back, just like I said previously about the creek. Would it be a little too cold for it? Probably. Honestly, it does look kind of chilly out here. Or it looks cool. You know what I mean? So that water's probably gotta be pretty fucking cold. Now this is finally, a really good spot. I feel like, yeah, a B is a pretty good solid spot. But this has to be like an A or an S tier. And I'm sure it's because I'm biased. You walk in through the cave, instantly atmosphere is pretty good. In the cave, can't go wrong with that. And then you keep walking and boom, a fucking pirate ship. Now you're telling me you ain't trying to smoke up on a pirate ship because you gotta be tripped. Smoking on a pirate ship, like, come on. You got me fucked up if you don't think I'm gonna put that in an instant A or S tier. I'm gonna say an A for now, but I might change it into an S. It's a pirate ship. You got treasure, gold, sick ass shit. Like, bro, climbing up to the very top now, that does sound, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not afraid of heights, but it sounds a little fucking scary. But getting to the top of that and sparking, or you know what, honestly, I'd probably go to the very friendly ship. I don't know what you call it, but that shit like sticks out. Like sometimes they got like a mermaid on it or some shit. Like I'm over there, I'm on some Luffy shit, sparking up. Eventually you fight that bitch ass bird again. The ship crashes. Now you're onto this cave, which I would still give the same thing. Even like smoking on a wrecked ship is still kind of cool. Definitely not as cool, so I can see it going down to a B. It's still pretty sick. You got this really nice spot. Now this is another A tier. Keep it a buck too, there's actually a lot of nice spots in DMC1. I hadn't played it in a good minute. Like, look at this, another good spot. And I think it helps that it's on an island and not just like in a city or something, so you can actually have like nice views and shit like that. I mean, come on, this is gas. This is an A tier, damn near an S tier. I feel like give me a tall can or a 40 and that's easily gonna go into an S. Now this bitch ass bird, this spot, I'm gonna go with a C. The Coliseum's kind of cool. Giving it a C for Caesar. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, come on now, had to see that one coming. This is when you're fighting Nightmare and you get swallowed into, I don't know if this is like inside, like if this is a different realm or this is the demon world. I don't know how it works. I think an F, but it low-key looks pretty fucking sick. That does look like a really sick spot to be smoking in. Although it looks cool, I feel like actually being there would probably be pretty boring actually. After you like take in the atmosphere for a good second, it's like, all right, well, time to spark up. Now this, I kind of want to give it an A. I want to give it an A because it's a fucking dinosaur. Like, come on, this is kind of tough. I don't know how this shit works. I don't know if there's some demon or what the fuck, but that shit's pretty tough. But besides that, it is pretty boring. So, I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna put it in a B. This spot, really nice. This is pretty much the same area. So, for the whole little section, I can comfortably give it a B. I mean, you have that nice bench up there, look out into the water, where you finally kill Virgil, or Neo Angelo. Dude, I can't think of that fucker's name. I think it's Neo Angelo. Roast me in the comments if I'm wrong, but when you fight him for the last time, this big ass throne, I mean, it's pretty cool. At least you got the view. I don't think I'd really be up there in the throne. I'd probably just be next to the window, like crack that bitch open and smoke out there. Another underground segment, instant F. This goes for also on the pirate ship when it crashes and you're in the water. Obviously, like, I'm just not gonna smoke there. That's why it's still an S tier. That spot I think is a dungeon. I'm not 100 on that. It's filled with water. Can't smoke there. Instant F. Not too much to say there. Now you're in the demon world or the mirror world. I forget which one it is. It might be both. This spot is really sick. I think I gave the previous one a B because this is where you fight Neo Angelo the first time. If I give that one a B, I kind of want to give this one A just because of the view. Like that little design in the sky, pretty sick. This spot, instant F. Now, although the room looks extremely sick and I like the design of everything, this is definitely in the demon world, and I don't know what the demon world's made out of, but bro, it's looking like flesh. Like I feel like we're back in DMC 3 inside the Leviathan. Shit's looking gross. Everything's looking disgusting. I'm straight chilling. I'm cool with the pirate ship. You know what I mean? Leave me over there. I'm sparking up. We fight Nightmare again. I think for the final time. I mean, this goes for the whole demon world area. Like, look at this. This looks pretty sick, but at the same time, this also looks disgusting. I don't know if the smell's pleasant. Then you got these fucking eels that are like sucking the life out of you. Like, nah, I'm good off that. I think it's a safe F. And then you have lava over here. Like, come on. I don't like smoking in the heat. I'll always preach that. And then you're gonna go put me on top of some lava. Like, dude, you got me absolutely fucked up. And now I'm faded and you expect me to start platforming? Come on. This shit got me bent. Coming up to the end of the smoke spots, this is really nice. Now, I do believe this is still in the demon world. I know we're in the demon world, but it's straight looking like it's up pearly gates. Now, this is looking, I mean, it's looking pretty nice. I like the light. I like the design of the room. I think I'm gonna give it a B. I wouldn't say an A. Nothing's really taken to the A, but it is a really nice spot. It ain't no pirate ship is what I'm trying to say. Now, when you're flying in the sky, I don't know how this would really work, but I think I'm gonna go an F, especially with how fast you're flying. I'm pretty sure the blunt's gonna fucking just break, especially with the weather too, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't help that this big ass dickhead is doing some dumb shit over here, but yeah, I'm pretty chilling off that. And then for this little scene that I slew down, after fighting him in the air, you guys crash, and then you're on top of like lava and shit. You can kind of see it. I ended up beating him, wasn't paying attention, thought I was recording. I was not recording the whole time, so a little unfortunate there, but it is a straight F. And there's not too much to say about it. Hot as fuck. There's lava. If there's lava, I'm not there. And then going to the final area of the game, you go back to the sewers, which we saw earlier, and you fight Mundus again. And yeah, I mean, not too much to say here. Oh, I forgot about this. Okay, you actually have the cave over here, which is the same thing I said earlier. Maybe if I was in the backseat and I like had my hand covering the joint so it wouldn't get blown out. Then we're talking besides that, I think an F or a D. I do like its caves, so I do fuck with that. That is really nice. But beyond that, not too much to say about it. That was the MC1. Honestly, I think it had a lot better spots than the MC3. Maybe not a lot, but it just helps that it's on an island, so you have the easy ocean view, which is always nice. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed. If you have another game in mind, let me know in the comments below. And thank you.